2, 1, go.
Welcome to the FullStop podcast. This is the New Year edition. It's the 31st of December, 2016. We've been live streaming for God knows how long, and yeah, just gonna introduce ourselves real quick. I'm Kram.
I'm Tan.
I am Kram.
And I'm Alex. Yay.
Yeah, we're
And
all fucking gay and shit.
and Tom's sleeping. And Tom's sleeping.
Yeah,
So
Tom was meant to be here, but he decided to nap.
yeah, we can pull.
You know, yeah. Welcome to the podcast section of our live stream. We're gonna be talking about a few things. You know, we're gonna be going in depth. You're gonna learn a few things about us. But yeah, before we start, I'm just gonna let you guys know to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitch for more stuff like this in the future. Alright, so let's get right into it. First subject, we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions. It is New Year's Eve, day before New Year. And yeah, we're going to be talking about what we want to see in the new year for ourselves. Not just ourselves, but our peers, our friends, our families, everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so...
Well, I would really like to see the world not crumbling. That'd be nice.
Yeah, the world not crumbling would be pretty good. But you know, if you think about it on a more personal level, I've never understood New Year's resolutions because nothing changes apart from the number on the end of the 2000 and like it's just another cyclical fucking rotation of the moon or whatever. It's not a real big deal in my opinion.
Not the moon. Not the moon. Not the moon.
What the fuck rotates? One of those big planets.
Earth to the sun, child.
One of those big planets is doing a spinny.
Alright, first of all, the moon is not a planet and it's not big.
This is not a science podcast. This is
It is
FullStop
tiny.
podcast, and we're gonna be talking about full stop things, okay? We ain't gonna be talking about no science.
I like for FullStop to be smart.
Yeah.
Smart enough to know that
Well,
the
you
moon
messed
is
up.
not a
You messed up by
planet.
letting me. You messed up by letting me in the server then. But anyway, yeah. Resolutions for yourselves. What do you want to see happen to you in this new year?
I don't think I've ever had a New Year's resolution.
Honestly, new.
I think I had one, but then like I realized I'm probably not gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's usually the same thing, buddy. Like the generic. I want to lose weight. I want to actually do something with my life. I want to actually be able to study, do my homework.
And then it never happened.
Cause you know why? Because games are so fucking fun, dude.
Honestly, like, my New Year's resolution, I've been thinking about it for a while, and I was going to make it work harder in college. But honestly, I'm not going to do that. Why am I lying to myself? Why even start if I'm not going to finish? Like, we're never going to finish any of our New Year's resolutions.
But-
So
but-
dark.
Yeah, I know. That's just so like in the wrong.
I know.
I did a New Year's resolution one, and it was that I wasn't gonna drink pop for a whole year, and I did it.
That's so fucking gay.
And I got $1,000 at the end of the year. So
Okay, that's not so much gay anymore.
yeah, there you go. Got
Use
$1,000.
$1,000 just sell.
Like
Just like crap. Deserve it.
$1,000 rich.
yeah, that's true.
Okay, that's right. You don't need to call me so deep. Damn, he is $1,000 richer than mine. Gosh.
Yeah, your ass is poor as hell.
Another
Gotta
thing I
climb
wanted
the
to
mast, though.
talk to you guys about was that this year is coming to an end. Obviously, you know, there's a lot of things that are important in the year to a lot of different people, like sports, music. Alex is a big fan of K-pop. But one of the
Gross.
biggest things that everyone in the new era of teenagers / even adults, I don't know, that's the only thing I could think of, can relate to is memes. Memes have taken over our lives.
Yeah.
You know what? I've noticed that there's always a new meme. So what were your favorite memes of 2016 and why? Let me hear it. No
Dab.
K-pop memes. You know,
Why?
popular memes.
Why?
Just popular memes that
They're
people understand.
popular. K-pop is popular. The fuck?
Okay, that's true. K-pop is moderately popular.
Sort
I've
of.
had at least 3 people stop me randomly in town and be like, "Yo, I like your shirt." Whenever I wear K-pop.
Well, that's pretty
merch.
cool, but memes. We're talking
In
about memes.
town.
Okay,
In
memes,
town.
memes. I mean, a pretty good meme is Dat Boy. That boy's pretty good meme.
That boy.
I never understood that meme.
I don't either. That's the great part about
Wait,
it.
what?
It's that boy. Oh shit.
Uh.
I don't think there's much to understand. Like,
Yeah, it's
if
just
you
Dat
type
Boy.
in that boy meme, knowyourmeme.com, it says that boy. Let me load it up real quick. In the meantime, Tan will entertain you.
What?
Never mind, he won't. That boy is a nickname given to a 3D character model of a green frog riding a fucking style.
Oh, that thing. Oh my gosh.
Here comes that boy. Oh shit, what up? And apparently the origin of the meme was user the best ever posted a photoshopped image identifying a young boy named Dat Boy as the most wanted criminal ever.
I'm so
that
no,
boy.
like, why?
That was a pretty good meme.
Well, it was a pretty good meme. What about you, Kram? What was your favorite meme of 2016?
My favorite meme would have to be, I don't even know. I can't remember. Give me some memes. Give me some memes.
You know, there was
There's the B-movie memes. There was
the movie was a pretty big meme, yeah.
Oh gosh, no, I hate
Let
that.
me hear some of yours. Why don't you weigh in on some?
Who?
Tan, I want to hear Tan's favorite meme sing while you have a little think with your meme.
I think one of my favorite memes of all time has got to be the like Obama remixes.
Oh my gosh, those are amazing. You
Those
have
were
the
like
Tan
fucking works of art.
one. I don't understand how they find Obama saying every single word. Like, I get that there's websites that help you find Obama saying certain words. But the way
I
that
know
they
it's
go
so yeah. That's like takes a lot of effort.
Yeah, honestly. And what about any other honorable mentions for your top favorite meme, Tan?
B-movie script. Just the B-movie script itself.
Oh no.
So,
The script itself is like a meme.
is it just me, or did it all start with that girl that wore the B-movie script on her shirt? Like, little did she know that she was ushering in a new wave of memes.
Oh no. Oh, I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that.
You love it and you know it.
No, I mean I like that movie, but I hate that. I hate that. Actually, I don't even like that movie. I hate the meme. I hate the movie, and I hate the video game of the movie.
Why is there a video game? That's
There's a video
confusing.
game?
There's a-
Yeah, you've never played it? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna
Triple A?
I'm gonna play it. It is.
Can you shoot other bees and humans?
Yeah, you can. You can become a police officer bee.
Police officer?
Yeah, you can buy a car and stuff and drive around in the beehive city thing.
Okay, so now that Tan's told us his honorable mention as well as his favorite meme, let's hear your favorite meme of the year, Kram. It's obviously not the movie.
No, I hate the B movie one. That like number, the
Cowboys is a pretty good meme.
Oh yeah, I quite like Cloud Boys.
yeah, Cloud Boys. I don't understand it, but you know, the number one, that one was number one.
The stream is glitching.
I know.
You're number one.
Yeah, the weird number one. There you go. I like that one. That at least that one sounds cool. Like it's catchy, you know.
Hey! That was a great meme.
That was a good
Anyway,
That one wasn't
my
annoying.
favorite meme of this year was hands down Kermit the Frog. He took that shit by
my
storm.
fucking God.
Like, Kermit the Frog, the dark Kermit talking to himself. Like, that shit just had me.
But that's none of my business.
But that's none of my business was a great one. The one where he, obviously dark Kermit, where he's telling himself to pull out, then he's like, don't pull out. That kind of stuff.
Oh wait, but Shia LaBeouf. When did Shia LaBeouf happen? That was this year, right?
Oh yeah, Shia LaBeouf popped up
Was that
this
this
year.
year?
Yeah,
First
it's
half of the year.
no.
First half of the year.
Yeah, it feels so long ago, but it was this year. Like dang, like that. There you go, Shia LaBeouf right there. Shia LaBeouf.
But Shia LaBeouf, and it wasn't only him doing, you know, the just do it type thing. It was him also trying to rap, which was, you know, pretty cool. It was him going crazy and watching him his own
Kill
movies
someone?
as
Yeah.
a marathon. Yeah, that was kind of crazy.
Speaking of like celebrities, like a lot of celebrities died this year.
Dude, tell me about it. This was a terrible year for celebrity deaths. Terrible.
I feel like
Alan Rickman.
I feel like it's honest.
Dude, don't even talk about Alan Rickman. I'm gonna cry.
Dude, I want to start with.
Like, literally, my favorite part of Harry Potter was Alan
Same, man.
Rickman.
Honestly,
And
when
then
you
died.
finish Harry Potter, and you find out how much of a great person he was the whole time, trying to save Harry, like, oh.
Oh my god.
Alan Rickman, rest in peace to him. We lost Bowie.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Who else did we lose, guys? We obviously lost Carrie Fisher recently. That was terrible.
Oh my god, there's just so many of them.
You guys got any memorable celebrity deaths?
Michael Jackson.
God.
That was. You're such a bad person.
What's on this year? What the fuck?
Well, I don't know if you guys are necessarily going to know about this, but there was a famous TV presenter in the UK called Sir Terry Wogan, officially knighted by the Queen or whatever. And he did this show called Children in Need every year, which was this awesome charity show. He was a great guy as well, and he's now dead.
I don't know what just happened, robot.
Robot. Alright, Muhammad Ali, he died this year.
Yeah, that's sad.
He was such a, he's such an icon, man. Like, thinking about that stuff he did by refusing to go to war or against Vietnam, you know, that kind of stuff, that was crazy.
Yeah, the death of Prince too.
Death of Prince.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty fucking sad.
My band director has this conspiracy theory where he thinks that Prince is still alive. He's like, yeah, you never died.
Yeah,
I'm
but
like,
same
oh
as
my
Tupac.
Tupac.
Yeah, no.
Tupac, there you go.
He has an entire 2-inch thick binder full of Tupac conspiracies.
I was about to like, never mind.
Oh my god.
Uh-oh.
2 inches.
I want to reach his level.
Yeah, it's 2 inch thick.
Dedication one day. 2 inch thick.
2 inch
Book
thick.
of Tupac facts. Oh, cheeky boy. Our celebrity death was, what's his name? Sky does Minecraft, rest in peace to my mans. I'm gonna miss him so much. Crazy looking that he's gone.
I'm pretty sure he's still alive.
Shh, they don't know that. But,
Oh, I was gonna say, wait, hold on. Is Sky's gone?
you know what, speaking of Sky does Minecraft, you know, gaming in general is such a big part of our lives. Like, that's how we all met. I met these guys on Minecraft, which is kind of, you know, embarrassing to admit now, and I'll never admit it to anyone in real life. But, I met these guys on Minecraft.
Yeah, I met my
And now
close
they're
friends
like-
on Minecraft.
I met my
You
best friends
guys
on
are like-
Minecraft.
You guys are like family to me now, so that's crazy to
Mhm.
think about that. It was so long ago. Like, Minecraft brought us together. But as well as it being good, like, there's always bads that come along with being a gamer. Like, especially for me, being a UK citizen and having American and Canadian friends in the same time zone, like, I have to adjust my sleep schedule so much in the holidays to keep up with you guys. It's horrible.
Mhm.
I hate life. You know what I mean? What are your guys' qualms with being a gamer? What do you dislike about being a gamer?
The feeling you get when you're in the middle of like on a roll, you're like constantly like in the mood, and then you have to do something else because it's like actually important for you to do.
Oh my god, you know those ones.
I mean,
I-
I could go on a rant about the fact that I'm a female, but I'm just not going to deal with that right now.
You must have to deal with a lot of stress as a female.
I
You
have
know, I don't even think about it that much.
bullshit. It's ridiculous.
Do you get a lot of people hitting on you in games because you're a female?
It doesn't happen as much anymore, but back whenever I was a fucking 13-year-old, especially, like, it happened so often, and I was like, what the hell is this? Like,
And you were part of the World of Warcraft community, so I bet there were like 30-year-old men with beards and nose rings, and they were hitting up like, "Oh, you're 13." Do the.
When I think of World of Warcraft, for some reason all I can think of is that guy in South Park.
Nah,
The one that
I mean,
just sits back in his chair.
no, I mean, like, even back then, like, I was smart enough to not tell anyone my age because I knew that would spark up some bullshit about people being like, "Oh, you're only 10 years old" and some shit like that. I'm like, yeah, and I'm smarter than you, but your point.
Dude,
I played
It's crazy.
Warcraft religiously as a 13-year-old.
Funny thing about that, like, I played an RPG when I was younger. I don't remember if anyone remembered. Like, it wasn't even big, actually. It was called Conquer Online. Like, no one, like, I don't think
Wizard
anyone knew
101.
it was 2.0.
Alright, sorry about that. My internet just decided to die for a second. But yeah.
But yeah, there's an old RPG called Conquer, and it was nice and all, except for one fact. The community was so fucking weird. I literally
weird how?
podcasted. I wanted to see what would happen if I did this, and I was like, I'm a female that's 20 years old, and I need some help. I'm a beginner, right? And I got carried to like level 70 fucking 5.
Oh, go to the in Terra. What is it? Terra.
That's one good thing about being a female. One time, I was playing Kram, and I made a blood elf female, obviously, because blood elves were my shit.
Blood elves look.
They look so nice, but so I was a blood elf. I was just walking to this place, and this random troll guy just was on a raptor, and he came up to me, he gave me 100 gold. I was like, hell yeah, this is shit.
Bruh, those guys were thirsty as heck.
They fucking were. It was great. But yeah, I played WoW for a long time, and it still amazes me because, like, I have the 10-year freaking anniversary, like, statue right next to me right now, and it's just, oh god, so much of my life was put into that game. And now I don't even play it anymore. It's kind of sad.
Too much money.
I spend way too much money on video games. I don't know about you guys, but I was looking at it yesterday, how much money I've spent on Smite, which is the game that we all play as a group kind of religiously. I've spent 480 something US dollars on Smite.
I have not spent any money on Smite except for the. I've spent $30 on no $15 on Smite because I got the.
You bought it when it was on discount. You smart genius. Yeah. Everyone wants to be like you, piece of shit.
I bought the Ultimate God Pack and never played that game again.
Tom got me the Ultimate God Pack. I just bought a few skins with it.
Yeah. Games, just free-to-play games are the games that will leech the most money out of you. Like,
Yeah.
I can see a free-to-play game and I'll be like, oh, you know, obviously I'll play it. It's free-to-play. But I'll end up spending more money on that free-to-play game than I will on a AAA title.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
really dependent.
exactly.
It's, like, it's the incentive that you get from it.
Honestly, yeah.
Because, like, it gives, there's, like, different types of ways to, like, for games to, like, leech money off of you, especially even though those free to play. From things
For
like...
example, like Terra and their like premium whatever bullshit where they get like the free mount and like the free chests and stuff like that, like free XP scroll, ridiculous.
Like, and another example is like Hearthstone, where like just like drains a bunch of money just for like those packs to open. Because like honestly, if you really think about it, the only reason people like get all those legendaries is because they spent like $50 on opening packs, at least. Unless you're super lucky, which I highly doubt it. And, like,
I mean, hey, I bet if I played the game, I would be.
Dude, so you know, obviously we talk about games, and one thing that we link very closely with games is YouTube and recording games as a FullStop community. Well, not to me so much. Like, I don't really do that as much as you guys. I'm not really involved in it that much. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about YouTube in general and your experience with recording gameplay. What do you have fun memories about?
It's just.
Well, there's a lot of factors that go into recording. For example, like PC specs. I can't record anything on my laptop because it's not good enough specs for it to record. Multiple times, we've already tried with different programs that it doesn't work. Another factor is that you have to know when to record and when not to. Because if you start recording, like, and let the entire group know that you're recording, like, it's like putting a camera in front of someone. They change their behavior suddenly.
Yeah.
It just messes with the flow.
But the thing is, you can't just not tell them either, because it would just be like, the heck, man, why?
That's the thing.
It's-
See, a lot of these big YouTubers like to say that, oh, anybody can start doing this, all you need is a microphone and a laptop. The thing is, if you want to succeed in it, do well, and start getting a fan base, you really do need that high quality gear, otherwise no one will be inspired to watch your shit. And no one wants to
Yeah.
hear a crackly mic on the internet, right?
And, like,
Yeah.
that leads to, like, another
But-
factor, which is, like... Okay, you go, Kram.
For that though, it's like it's a different time now where there's so many YouTubers and there's so many, like, everything is really good quality. When a lot of those, like, big YouTubers started out, like, a lot of them kind of gaming came in at like around 2008, around that time, and a lot of the big YouTubers who are big now, who at that time had, like, they had much lower quality, like, microphones. They had little microphones on their headsets and stuff like that. They didn't have high quality stuff. So
Yeah.
for their perspective, but they were, they all
Right,
got
but that was so long
involved.
ago, if you think about it, right?
Yeah, it is, and that's the thing, is that
their
they
perspective, it looks like yeah, anyone can do it. You don't really need that because I didn't do it that way. So
exactly, like I had some cheap stuff, and I did it like this, but they were all, like, everyone back then got pretty much partnered with Machinima like that. Like, they would just give out, they would let people be directors and create videos for their channel, and then they get a following like that, and then they go and get partnered on their own channels.
Machinima are such scumbags, though. Like, all the shit that's come out about Machinima.
But they were such, like, it was such a good thing. Now they just went down after, like, they were.
I remember my first YouTube channel that I did, like, this is how I got into the YouTube and Minecraft community, was Minecraft trick shotting. Really gay now that I think about it. I was part of this clan called Lego Trick Shotting.
Oh.
It is really cringeworthy. But the thing is, it was my first time ever being in, like, a friend community, like, having friends there to talk to every day. And after school, I would look forward to just hopping on and talking to these guys, like, listening to music, playing games with them. And I remember all of the people in our community were subscribed to each other. And I reached about 200 subscribers, and I applied for a partnership with Awesome Network, or I can't remember what they were called. Was it Awesome that would let anybody partner with them?
I don't even know.
Awesome, and yeah, there was something like that. I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it was Awesome. But that's back when YouTube had the banners that, like, went above your video page, and you could click links on the banners.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Oh, those were the good days. That's when everyone had those freaking...
I
these,
was it just when you're talking about, was it just the banner up top, or was it the actual background?
You had to be partnered to get a banner.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, when I started, I remember that you could actually create your whole background on your page.
I know.
Your whole
There's so
background.
much customizability.
And then when you got partnered, it then added an extra banner on top that you could actually, like, put links and stuff on, like
Little
little
hyperlinks,
icons. Yeah. I remember that was so amazing, and I always, like, that was I'm pretty sure that's why I did YouTube, just so that I could get that banner. And then by the time
It was like a little trophy.
I was ever capable of like getting partnered or anything, you couldn't, they got rid of that.
I got
So-
it, and I had it for a good 2 months before they changed the format, which was terrible.
I know, it made me so mad. Like, I have, I used the Wayback Machine, and, like, over the years, because I realized it was changing so much, I screenshotted, like, not screenshot, but, like, I saved, part of the website, because have you guys ever used the Wayback Machine?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, before we
Yeah.
continue with this podcast, I just want to say that I think you should put the stream channel right now on Discord on lock, because if anyone joins and interrupts the flow of the podcast, that's the podcast out the window. So,
Wait, what?
I feel like you should put this little voice channel that we're talking in on lock, so if anybody does get online, nobody can join.
I don't, well, it doesn't, I think they can join anyways, because it says stream, they should know. Like, I don't think I can put it on lock. I
Just
don't.
put in chat like, yo, we're podcasting.
Okay, anyway, let's carry on. Please continue. Wayback Machine.
Yeah, I'm gonna like look for my my way back thing. But yeah, I used to like use that for like have you used it, Cam, before? The Wayback Machine?
I don't even know what the Wayback Machine is, honestly.
It's like a time machine for the internet. It's an internet archive, so it saves like websites and different pages on the internet at certain time periods, and then you can go back and look at them at that time for anything. So if I go to let me go to my YouTube channel and I'll show it to you. I have two though, because I have it's weird because it goes by the link, and originally it was youtube.com/ whatever your channel name was or your username was, and then eventually they added /user/ your name. So so it's like really weird. So I use like both of them. 2015 February 21st. Let me see if it loads.
But
I don't think it's I don't think I have a really old one. I think I was too late to get to that.
I know this is completely unrelated to what we're talking about right now, but I was thinking about a conversation that me and Alex had, and it made me think about weird phobias, and I wanted to know about your guys' weird phobias or whatever. Like, what's your weird phobia? Or phobia in general? Like, what are you afraid of? What are you guys all afraid of?
Balloons.
Balloons, okay. You
Why are
wanna
you-
go more in depth about that?
Alright, so the reason why it's balloons is because, like, when I was younger, I would have, like, okay, there's two things that lead up into it. The first part is, when I was younger, I'd blow up balloons. Like, we used to have a shiz ton of balloons for some weird reason.
Okay, yeah.
I'd blow up the balloons, and my brother, because he's a dick, a lot of the times ran up with toothpicks and just popped the balloon in my face.
Oh, that sounds terrible.
I was like 7, and I didn't know what to fucking do about it. And then another part was around the same age. I had this really dumb moment where like I was really into balloons, and like I just kept smacking them around and stuff, and like I had to drink milk at the time because I had a calcium deficiency.
Right.
And I had to drink milk. There was a
Well, you
straw.
were sipping that milk.
Because there was that straw, and then I tried picking up the straw instead of with my fingers, but with the 2 balloons that I was holding in my hand.
What the heck?
And like I just kept struggling with it. You'd think it'd be easy, but they just keep slipping off.
I don't think it'd be easy. That sounds freaking stupid.
And then my dad got really mad at me for it because my mom was getting frustrated because I wouldn't finish my milk fast enough because it was my bedtime. And my dad just got ticked because he just got home from work. And he took all my balloons, I had 12 in total, and popped each one individually and made me watch.
My. That's like the equivalent of making someone watch the. That's like being cucked, but with your balloons.
Somehow, if any balloons get near me, I freak out, and I'm like, please don't pop, please don't pop, please don't pop.
Damn it, Tan.
I'm afraid to even squeeze balloons. It's
I mean,
really bad. And
I can kind of understand
You don't like squeezing
that,
balloons,
but
huh?
for a completely different reason. Back in 8th grade, I think it was, I was in my science class with a bunch of my friends. Like, it was a bunch of my friends, and we were doing like this little diagram of the heart type thing. So we blew up, I think it was 2 or 3 small balloons inside of a big balloon. So like, you would put the small balloon inside the big balloon and then blow up the small balloon first and then tie it while it was still inside the big balloon and then blow up the big balloon. But my friend didn't understand that you had to blow up the small balloons first, and she tried to blow up a big balloon, but it slipped and air started going out and the small balloon shot down her throat and she was choking on it. She almost died. Like, they were in the newspaper and everything. My science teacher thought we were messing with him because we were that class that always messed with him and shit.
Mhm.
But then
Those
there was
bad
this
guys.
and then there was this one guy that was really serious, and he was just yelled the teacher's name like, "Yo, look, you gotta fix this!" And our science
Gotta
teacher,
fix this.
our science teacher fucking jumped over 2 desks, and he's like, "Oh no!" And he reaches down, like I was gonna say her name, but I just didn't keep names out of it. But he reaches down my friend's throat and pulls the balloon out. It was the most terrifying experience I ever had with balloons. I was in tears because I thought one of my closest friends was gonna die. It was terrifying.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Damn. Dude, I don't know how this doesn't really relate to you guys, but one of my phobias has always been going downstairs at night when no one else is awake, and I don't think I'll ever stop being afraid of that, because I always just think of irrational things like I make myself believe that someone's behind me watching me, and it's really stupid. Like I'll be having a perfectly good night, you know, not thinking about anything creepy, and I'll be walking down the stairs, lights are off, just to get some water. Then all of a sudden I'll think, but what if there's someone behind me? And I'll be too afraid to turn around, and then I'll be stuck there for like 5 minutes thinking, oh my gosh, what if there's actually somebody behind me? What if there's actually somebody behind me? I'll turn around, my heart pounding like dush, 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 dush. When there's nobody behind me, every time I feel like an idiot, but every time I do it, it's like, that's one of my phobias.
Another one of my phobias is that whenever I look up into the sky, like if it's not cloudy and it's like pretty clear, or like even like slightly cloudy, my body just shrinks. Like if it's a high ceiling as well.
Why is
Like
that?
I'm afraid of heights, but at the same time, if I look up at a high place, I just suddenly like freak out. I have an anxiety attack, and my body shrinks, and I freeze up, and it's hard to breathe, and it's just.
What do you think is the reason behind that, Tan?
Like, I don't really
Got
know,
dropped.
honestly.
You know what? For some reason, that's just reminded me of like symbolism in dreams. I don't know why it reminded me of that, but I was reading up the other day that apparently your teeth falling out in a dream symbolize something, and I've had that dream a lot. And you know, it's just
That's
like
really strange.
yeah. So I was
That's a
gonna,
strange dream.
I want to look up certain teeth falling out in dreams. I'm gonna look that up real quick.
Speaking of dreams, I once had this weird dream. Okay?
Let's hear it.
Actually, I'm gonna save this. Kram, what's your phobia?
Oh yeah, phobias. Why do I keep? I'm sorry, I keep getting distracted.
My phobia. I don't really know.
Sensation of crawling.
Ugh. Why do you put it like that? The sensation of crawling.
I don't understand.
It's not a sensation.
Like when a bug just like falls up your back
Oh,
or like
I
on
hate
your
that.
skin.
I hate
It makes me
Mm.
shiver every time.
You know how many times I freaked out because I felt like one of the threads in my blanket rub across my skin, and I'm like, oh shit, is that a bug?
I don't know. I can't really think of any like actual phobias.
Vastness.
What do you mean?
Like
To me, Kram, you seem like a neat freak a lot. And I don't know what it has to do with phobias, but
germophobia.
I'm not really. Well, I mean, I like everything to be organized, but like I don't like. I'm right now. I'm living in a complete mess. Like my whole place is a mess.
He's not religiously OCD.
yeah.
I am OCD. I'm not actually OCD, but like I like to think of myself as OCD.
You know, you like to have that title, like, my name's Kram and I'm OCD.
I actually have a pretty serious phobia, and it's kind of really like dark, and I don't really like. I don't know.
What is it?
It's called. I've actually looked it up because I've thought about it so much. It's called Aphagoraphobia.
Aphagoraphobia?
Aphagoraphobia.
Fear of being forgotten, huh?
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's weird because like whenever I research about it, like I don't see why I have it. Like I really don't. I don't understand why I have this fear. I'm gonna look up the page that I was looking at real quick.
Right.
Okay, so it mostly like comes up in like what are they called? Dementia patients or Alzheimer's patients, stuff like that. People, they have like loss of memory, and they're afraid that they're gonna forget who they are or something like that. Like that's when it normally shows up. For some reason, I have that. I don't know why, but like every time I think about it, it freaks me out. Like I really freak out.
Honestly, that does sound pretty scary the way you put it.
Like I don't know why. It's just.
Oh boy, I just remembered one of my biggest phobias, and I've never had this phobia until somebody in FullStop made me search it up last year, and it's called trypophobia, and I'm not quite sure how to exactly describe it, but it's the phobia of holes next to each other in certain places, like in skin.
Yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it.
If you just search up trypophobia on Google, Kram,
What
have
is-
you ever seen it?
What is it?
I've
No.
seen it before.
What is it?
Well, if you-
It's
Yeah, I'm
like
pretty sure it's just the fear of adjacent holes in certain places, which honestly
like, for
sounds
example,
stupid until you.
especially people have that fear, especially in skin, like on bodies and stuff. Like it looks really freaky, but I'm not afraid of it that much. It doesn't really bother me.
Yeah, it turns me
But
on.
I could see why you'd be bothered by that though. That's really.
It just gives me the shivers and makes me feel weird.
Like how you didn't really take in what I said.
Oh, we took it in, but I'm just used to it.
Oh, okay. You guys, it's a phobia for you guys, and it's like, a turn on for me. I'm joking, not really.
Oh my god.
Uh,
I'm looking at this page about aphazogoraphobia, and it says it's a surprising fact that this phobia, while it's rarely reported, is actually a quite common phobia.
Uh-huh. Well, I mean, if you think about it, a lot of people are
I think-
afraid of being forgotten.
It says the
Especially-
fear of being forgotten can arise in childhood if the individual has been left alone or has been ignored for a long time.
Was that you?
Many, I don't know, I don't remember. Many sufferers of this phobia report feeling insequential or unsubstantial due to the feelings they undergo when left alone. So like they feel like, I don't know, crap whenever they're alone.
Hmm.
I mean, that's pretty accurate, but medical reasons, particularly dementia and Alzheimer's, etc., can also trigger the fear of forgetting things. Often, family members of people with conditions like amnesia or memory loss fear being forgotten by the patient.
So have you guys got anything more to say about phobia? Tan, Kram, Alex?
For me, I realized that I just found out that where is it? I think it was agoraphobia. There it is. Agoraphobia.
Agoraphobia, yeah. Fear of.
Aphazogoraphobia?
No,
Nah,
just
just
agoraphobia.
Oh.
It's a fear of. I think it's going outside. I'm not too sure though. Agoraphobia.
Fear of being in crowded places.
Crowded places. I was on the right lines, I guess.
I have a fear. Okay, so like I'm like really good at swimming, and like I used to swim a lot when I was
Are
younger.
you gonna say sharks in swimming pools? Because
Yeah, well, no, just like fish in like when you're swimming, like things like swimming around your feet and stuff like
Dude,
that.
I mean, I don't necessarily have a phobia of that, but it really freaks me out.
Yeah, like I'm just like, oh my gosh, I played the what is it, like Far Sky or something, and it's a game where you're pretty much, you have like a little house under the ocean or something on some of the
Talking
ocean
about,
floor.
What is it called?
It's like Far Sky or something like that, and
no,
it's
no, I know. Subnautica.
no, I'm pretty sure it's Far Sky. Far Sky. I have it on Steam. You can look, but it's like
Are you afraid of like the depth of it, or are you afraid of like just like the feel of it?
No, I'm just like feeling like, I don't know, just like the thought of having like fish and like just things swimming around your like feet and stuff like that. Like
I used to go to swimming lessons as a kid, and if you look at the picture I just posted in the Discord chat, that was the fear I always used to have whenever I closed my eyes to swim. And I always used to want to get out of the pool instantly afterwards. Like, I had this weird imagination that while I closed my eyes, there were whales or sharks that would dive over me and stuff.
I never.
That is why I don't swim in lakes. Like, where I live, like, there's so many lakes and you have so many opportunities to swim and stuff, but I cannot. One, because the sand is, it feels disgusting on my feet. It's like slimy shit, and it is literally the most disgusting thing ever. And then two, there has been one time I swam in a lake like that, and a fish swam in between my ankles, and I freaked the fuck out.
It's so weird. It's like, but it's like,
oh god.
I think like in that game Far Sky, like you go, they have like different depths, and like you can't always reach the deepest part. There's always the deepest part, and you can't always go there. You have to like get upgrades or whatever to go farther. And like I remember like going around, and I remember going deep at one point, and there were like these huge giant squids who just came. It was peaceful, completely peaceful, and then it got dark, and these huge squids just came out of nowhere, and it just freaked me out. They just murdered me, like just mauled me and just killed me, and then I was just done. I was like, I'm so done. Like, this just, my heart stopped because it was so peaceful, and then these things just come out of nowhere, and then they're all over the place and killed me, and I just never played the game ever again. I'm dead serious. I shut it off, and I never played it again. Just like, it's called Far Sky. It's like, you can like build, it's pretty cool. You can like build your, like a house, this little like underwater base and stuff. But it's like, just think about how deep, like, have you seen that video about how deep the ocean is?
I've heard about. Actually, let's talk about the ocean for a little bit because.
Oh gosh, no, it scares me. That's like my phobia, the ocean.
Dude, isn't it crazy to think that megalodon sharks could theoretically, on a very theoretical scale, could exist in the layers of the ocean that we have never explored?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. Like the ocean is so deep. It's like it's deeper than what is it, like Mount Everest, and like, do they even like, where's that video? You gotta watch that video about how deep the
Right now, the
about
deepest
the
part of
ocean.
the ocean that we know of is the Mariana Trench thus far, and it reaches like 10,000, a little bit more than 10,000 feet.
The thing that bothers me the most is to think about the fact that the water, let me try that again. The fact that light doesn't reach the deepest part of the ocean, or at least the deepest areas of the ocean in general. How do things survive down there? How do things adapt to living in conditions where you can't see
I have the
anything?
answer for that.
Okay, let me hear it, Sam.
Alright, it's science now. Alright,
Let's go science with Sam. This is the
Well, I mean,
science
it's
part
the
of podcast.
same.
Oops.
Like, it's the same theory of like when bats live in caves where there's no light. Like,
Like,
Sure,
for light,
sure.
the only reason why light is considered like a reason for everything to live together is because of plants. You get herbivores that eat plants, and the giant food chain. Herbivores eat plants, then the herbivores get eaten by carnivores or omnivores, and then sooner or later the carnivores or omnivores soon get reduced to dust or earth that soon provides nutrients for plants, right? That's the food cycle that we know. But for the parts that don't reach light, it's really hard for it to survive because there's no plant life. There is no base for the food chain. All right, and substitute for that, the thing that gives it nutrients and sustain its life are I forgot what they're called. It's not anaerobic, but like there's certain species that can produce their own food from volcanic ash.
Right.
Because like the Earth's mantle is very close to where the deepest part of the ocean is, because you know
Makes
it's
sense.
the deepest part of the ocean.
Yep,
And
that makes sense.
because of that, like the nutrients that come out of volcanic ashes and such, like sulfur, sodium, they get absorbed, and then animals can just eat it.
that's
Huh?
interesting.
So that's how they survive down there, but that still doesn't explain how they make their way around to me. Like, unless I'm stupid.
Did you see that video I sent?
It's
Like,
it's almost
I can't watch it
impossible.
right now.
It's
Okay.
almost impossible in like those dark regions for large predators to exist. That's why Megalodon is still like a theoretical theory. Because something that big just can't survive down there. Because like, for it to absorb nutrients from volcanic ashes and all that, it has to be a small size. That's why anglerfish, all the animals that you find down there are very tiny, unless they're directly linked up to a part of the volcanic ash, such as large elastic worms.
Dude.
Oh man, it just freaks me out.
Worms. They're called
Have you guys seen
silkworms.
Finding Nemo?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know that scene where the anglerfish attacks is it Marlin or whatever?
Yeah.
That scarred me, and to think that there's anglerfish down there in the trenches of the ocean that
Anglerfishes aren't even bigger than your index finger.
Wow. Okay. Well, that's I'm not that worried anymore then, I guess.
Are you
The
sure?
only
Are you
thing
sure?
Yeah. Usually their sizes aren't any bigger than like the max size that I ever heard of is like your hand. Search it up for me, Kram.
I am. I'm looking it up.
Because like
Like they're so freaky, and I always thought like,
It's because like we're not used to it because they adapted to living in complete darkness. Because they don't need their eyes.
Right. And
it's
typically,
mass
when you're
32
looking in complete
kilograms.
darkness, when one of your senses is taken away, your other senses are always enhanced, right? Like if you can't see, your other senses are automatically just stronger.
How does it glow? How does it thing glow?
I guess fish don't
Luminescent
technically-
not bacteria, fluids that it creates. Same way fireflies illuminate.
I mean, I guess technically fish don't smell or hear either. Wait, no,
Fish actually do smell.
they smell. That's
Yeah. How do you think sharks show up to like places where dead animals?
Yeah, they can smell. They smell blood.
Yeah.
It says I don't know how exactly accurate it is, but it says their length can vary from 20 centimeters, which is like 8 inches, to over 1 meter, which is 3 feet, and can weigh up to 45 kilograms. So like 1 meter, like that's still like you could like that thing could take.
It's not as big as I thought it was from Finding Nemo. Like if you look up a picture of anglerfish Finding Nemo, that shit looks massive.
No, but technically that thing was small because like think of how small that little small Nemo
Right,
is.
So the size, like, can everyone like imagine a ruler?
Yep,
Right.
of course.
Like 4 to 6 inches around this dory, and that thing was just slightly bigger than Dory.
Anglerfishes look so gross.
The anglerfish in the film was quite a lot larger than Dory.
Anglerfishes I don't really care about, but the ones that like really do freak me out a lot of the times is goblin sharks.
Goblin sharks. I'm gonna look that up.
I don't want to look it up. These fish scare me.
It's weird to think.
I
that
regret
sharks-
looking that up. I regret looking that up. It looks like freaking Lemon Grab from Adventure Time, dude.
It's weird to think that sharks are like the vultures of the sea.
Kinda like
They do a lot of their own killing, from what I know, at least.
Well, yeah, but I'm sure vultures do too.
and then what was it? I think trying to remember. So you guys want to hear a scary story?
No, I really. Well, I mean, it's daytime out now, so yeah, I'm okay.
Well, not a scary story. It just includes fishes.
Oh,
Yeah, let's
God.
hear it.
It's spooky because there's a type of fish called a cookie cutter fish.
Uh-huh.
Alright, and as their name states, their mouth are, as the name gives it, a cookie cutter shape. You know how cookie cutters are, you just push it into dough and then you get a certain shape, right? Well, theirs is just a plain circle, but they can extend their mouth into like a lamprey shape, I guess. And they're strong enough to bite holes into submarines.
What the fuck?
Well, that's not really scary to me. That's just kind of horrific.
Because there's been like whatchamacallit, records of like submarines getting random holes within them, and it's not because of not bacteria. I keep saying barnacles. There we go. It's not because of like barnacles ripping off or anything. It's like actual circular holes ripping through the metal of a submarine that's supposed to like compensate all the pressure that's being driven down there. And like they're not even bigger than a foot, I believe. I don't know how many there are anymore though. But they usually dwell in like deeper waters.
Well, that's
What about this freaky thing right here? Oh gosh.
What exactly is that you'll talk about?
I have no idea what you're talking about, Kram. Just send it to us.
It's like a weird. Oh, okay, that's weird. Well, that's just a
Actually,
drawing,
as
but
long as we're done talking about, phobias in general, I do want to talk a little bit more about dreams and give you guys' weirdest, scariest, happiest, funniest dreams, opinions on dreams, if they can mean more, and stuff like that.
Dreams.
The weirdest dream I think I've ever had was one day in the dream I woke up and like I don't remember what exactly happened, but I learned that there was a zombie apocalypse going on. So I was like, well, actually it was a mix between a zombie apocalypse and an alien invasion. It was really weird. Like there was a zombie apocalypse going on during an alien invasion. It was creepy. But all I remember is one of my friends was at my house. Well, actually a few of my friends were. And then of course my family was there. And all of a sudden we just heard this huge thudding sound. And we looked outside and there was like lasers going on. There was these weird robot things. There was aliens everywhere. It was freaky. And so we just stayed inside and nothing happened to us. We just stayed inside, we were good. And then we came back outside and everything was really desolate. There were still buildings and stuff, but like it was like the ground was like all sandy and dirty and like barely any grass and stuff. It was
Alright.
really,
Yeah.
and at that time my dad was like, yo, we need to go drive somewhere. So I was like, okay, time to pack up our stuff.
that's not what I wanted to do.
And for some reason, me and my friend got in a fight because she wanted to bring her fucking flute with her. And I was like, no, we don't got room for that. We have to pack all of our necessities. We're not bringing your flute. And so we argued for like, I swear it was forever. And then we didn't even use the car in the end. And then all of a sudden, I look across my lawn and I look at our neighbor's house and this old man is running for his life to us.
Oh my.
And his wife, who is also an old woman, is like chasing after him, and she's a zombie.
Oh.
And he's like running, and he's running towards us, and I was like, why are you running towards us? You're bringing that monster here. Like, I was so mad. I was like, listen, if you're gonna die, go die by yourself. Don't make us die too.
That's so why?
That's real messed up.
I know. I don't know why I said that. And then he runs over there and she catches up with him and she's like so close to us, and then she just stops and she's like, no, I was just kidding. And I was like, the fuck, you don't pretend to be a zombie during the zombie apocalypse. That's not what happened. And then I woke up.
Dude, dreams are awesome. Like stuff like that can happen.
So weird.
Like, do you have those dreams that are like, it's one dream, right? Afterwards you realize that it's one dream. But it's like an epic saga where you're the main character and you go through these trials and tribulations. You make this group of friends and you go through so many like adventures. Have you guys ever had anything like that? I think Tan, I have a feeling that Tan has had a dream like that for some reason. I don't know why, but...
Say it one more time, what?
Like, have you ever had a dream where it's like an epic, it feels like an epic saga, like, it feels like you went through so much in this one dream. Like like an adventure type novel, that kind of shit.
Yeah.
Let's hear about it.
Just an hour nap.
Okay, let's hear about it. Give us the lowdown.
So, like it wasn't much of a saga, but I woke up one day. Like the dream was, I woke up. Like I don't remember much from it, but I just remember like being able to like move around as much as I want and all that. I didn't even realize it, but I moved on with life, and it was like one of those like montages of life that just passes you by and you don't even suspect anything.
Honestly, don't you love those? Like, it warms your heart to think that, you know, just that you've been through that in a dream. It warms my heart at least.
I finish up. I'm maybe 38. I don't remember. But I'm not old enough to have like completely gray hair yet. But I do know I'm old enough to drink alcohol.
Right.
But yeah, I'm just standing there, and I'm just like drinking beer, and then I look up into the sky, and like I'm just like sitting down by a tree on top of a hill, and I'm just like, it's time. And then I die, but then I wake up.
Oh, that's emotional as heck. What about you, Kram? What's your note?
I know I've had some pretty weird dreams, but like after I wake up, they just fade away.
Just
Like
slip your mind?
yeah, they just slowly go away over the hour. They're like, cause when I have really weird dreams, I always wake up early, and then they just like I'm thinking about it for like an hour, let's say, and then it just like slowly goes away over that hour, and then I just forget about it. I had a really weird dream once where like I don't know, this guy was trying to like kill me or something, and and I can't remember what happened, but I think it was really weird, and I think the reason I remember this is because I woke up because it was really scary. Like he locked me, like I was locked in my garage or something, and like I can't remember what was going on, but it was really freaky. And then I woke up, and then like I started thinking about it, and then I forgot about it, and then I went back to sleep later, and then it like continued, like the dream was continuing from where it left off, and it was like
That's awesome. That's
it
awesome.
really freaked me out. And then but like it was like it's some other things like changed in it a little bit, and then like some other things were happening. I wasn't in the garage anymore, I was like out front, and then like it was in front of my house, and then like I went inside my house or whatever, and then I looked out my window, and that guy was just like right there, like standing in like my courtyard, just with a straight face staring right at me through the window, and it just like my heart was beating, and like I'm pretty sure my heart was beating like in real life, like when I was sleeping, it was like beating really hard and like really fast, because like I'm pretty sure it woke me up after that. And then I have a feeling that it happened. I had a dream about that same guy again, like the exact same guy, but it was a different setting.
Dreams like that, like I'm just gonna tell you guys about one of the dreams that I had one time, and this was a reoccurring dream around last year. Like I used to have a lot of times. I can't speak English. Just so you know, I haven't slept in over 24 hours, so it's hard for me to speak English and function as a human being. But basically, I used to have this reoccurring dream in which it would be like a movie cinematic type, but obviously it's from my perspective, but it's kind of third person as well. And I just get into the dream, it fades from black into the dream, and I'm in an interrogation room, but it's completely black. All I see is pitch black, apart from a light shining down on the interrogation table with me interrogating myself. And you just see us staring at each other really deeply, and we don't say a word. Then one of the versions of me, the one that's getting interrogated, my teeth fall out. And then as my teeth fall out, I start to fall down in this black vortex, because there's no floor, there's just a black vortex. You know, it's just, I find it hard to explain, but if you get it, then you get it. I'm falling through the floor, and then I have to like jump off my teeth like some Kung Fu Panda type shit to try and get back to the top where the other me is. And every time I would get so close to getting back up there, but I would never get it, and I never got back up there. But I always wanted to know what was up there. Like, sometimes I think about it, and I'm just there like, but it was freaking some delicious ass spaghetti or some shit that I never got to try.
But it's an interrogation table, so like why would it be like that?
I don't know, it's a dream. What would you expect there to be paperwork up?
It would be the answers for why you were interrogating.
Their flute during a zombie apocalypse. We'll never know.
We'll never know. Dreams, bitch. Dreams.
I feel like the
What's up?
answer to that is like that's like why were two of this you interrogating? Like why was one of you interrogating another you? It's like a confliction in yourself, like there's some kind of self-confliction there. and then and you want to know why. You want to know what that confliction is. So it means something.
I'd like to highlight the fact that I just found out from Facebook that me and Tan have been friends for 1 year today.
Yay!
On Facebook, that is.
For you interrogating yourself, doesn't that mean that at this point you question yourself because you don't know who you are anymore?
Well, I'm not trying to go deep on this podcast, but that's a question. No, I'm playing. That very well could be, because at the time I remember thinking about it deeply. I was going through some tough changes in my life, but you know, it is what it is, and it could be metaphorical, but it could just be a dream, and there's never any way of telling which one it. Which always baffles me. Like, dreams, they are things that, if you think about it deep enough, could hold such importance and power. Like, if you see something happen in a dream, that could be very symbolic for something that's happened or about to happen in your life. Or it could just be a load of baloney your brain makes up while you're asleep. You just never know.
It's your subconscious going through the steps.
With that being said, unless there is anything I'd like to talk about you guys, I think that might be an appropriate time to bring a close to this podcast.
I do have one weird dream story.
Yeah.
Let's hear Tan's weird dream story.
It's actually pretty interesting, because you
And
guys
Kram,
know how
is
you
there
guys have
something that you would like to say as well, Kram, afterwards?
No, I'm done. I think.
I actually have a thing that I want to talk about, but it has nothing to do with dreams.
Alright, well, let's hear yours first then, Tan.
It's... You guys know how you guys have those first memories? Like the first thing you can remember of, but you really can't remember it?
Yeah, kind of, a little bit.
I can't tell if my first memory was part of a dream, or it's just a mixed or just a really convoluted first memory.
Dude.
Because half of it's real, the other half isn't real. Shouldn't even exist, actually.
What if you're just an alien child?
Maybe. First memory. Walking up those old, like, concaved wooden steps that would give you splinters if you walked in your bare fucking foot.
Oh, memories.
And, like, it's for some reason very specific, because I remember, like, the specific smell, because the entire stairway was really old, rickety, like, the nails were and the smell of, like, the dry, wet wood was, like, really strong. And this is the part where it becomes very convoluted, because when I reached the top of the stairs, I tripped down.
Oh.
And broke my leg. I have never broken a bone in my body except my arm.
Do you know this as a fact though? Like, have you checked? Your parents told you?
Medical records, everything. My parents, my brother.
Damn, so this is serious. Like, you really tried to find out about.
Yeah, cause it's my first memory. It's something that I need to know of, and it turns out that this setting was at my grandma's house, who is currently deceased.
Oh, rest in peace. I'm sure she was an amazing person.
Never knew her. But I remember walking up the stairs, and like it suddenly moves on, and I'm walking up the stairs again, like fully healed for some odd reason, and when I reach the top of the stairs, it's like, you guys know those like trap doors where like they used to hide slaves and stuff? Like,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, like it was a hatch, and I opened it, and it turns out that there was never a hatch there to begin with. It was just an open space.
Yeah.
And the tiles were like those like white, beige, triangular, and like diamond normal tiles that's like smooth. They're a bit wear down and dirty with dirt. The smell of rain just fills the air. Outside, on the right side of me is a window, right? And it's like a rectangle, right? But there's no window pane. It's just a goddamn rectangle in the wall that leads to the outside. And like under that is the metal shillings. Alright, like for people who are like really poor and can't afford like proper roofing, you have those like metal sheets and all that. And to my left, I mean in front of me, is a toy box, a brown toy box, well, cardboard box filled with toys. And for some reason, my first memory is a Bob the Builder toy, and I apparently, one, we never had a toy box on top of that area, and two, I never had Bob the Builder toy until I moved to America at the age of 8.
For some reason, this is reminding me of that Berenstain Bears paradox. I don't know why it's reminding me of that, but it's making me think of that. Because you're thinking of two different things happening at the exact same time, right? And it's meshing into one.
Like, it could be that, like, we've discussed this, but things that shouldn't even be there is there. Like, I never in my life have ever met a trapdoor.
Ever met a trapdoor?
You've never met a trapdoor. A trapper?
Yeah, what can I do for you today?
Dude, if we ever got an animator on our team, we would have to get him to animate that. Just
yeah.
A trapdoor, like, hey, how you doing? Yeah, I can see where you're coming from. That kind of stuff is crazy, and I feel like stuff like that is worth researching. Honestly.
Like, it gets even more creepy because it gets more specific.
Let's
Because, like, on my left was my brother, and my at the current age, was very young, but he was my cousin named Ty, and my brother and Ty would they had a game system. It was recently confirmed to me that it was a Sega, because they were playing what was the game? It wasn't Conjuring. It was a Sega game that was specifically for a Sega. It was an army game.
Uh-huh. So does it get any 10?
It was a person's name. It was Con something. It was Cole or Con.
I don't know.
Convict 76?
No.
I just made that shit up. Commander something, maybe? Does it hold importance to your story?
Because it was really specific with the thing. It was a pixelated game where they got to shoot monsters. And they were playing as military people, and they got power-ups as they went.
General Chaos?
No. Starts with C.
No.
I'm pretty sure this is the longest conversation I've ever had, Rick, and I feel great about it.
The longest conversation you've ever had, what?
On the internet.
Contra. It was Contra.
Ah.
There we go. They were playing Contra.
Oh, Contra.
Yeah, they were playing Contra and the Sega, and they were playing it on 2 players, and I was like, okay, and I played and I just watched them, like, and then after that it skipped because this was confirmed to me that it was an actual memory. We found a stray cat on top of our roof shilling, in the upper floor, and the cat was black, green-eyed, black stripes. I mean, not black. Gray, black stripes, white body. It was a normal house cat, except its eyes were green, and one of the paws had a spot on it.
This deserves to be an anime plot.
But it was really specific. Everything about this was like really specific, because there were certain smells that I shouldn't be remembering.
But you remember them anyway, which is kind of crazy.
And that's what makes it really creepy for me. Because my brother just explained to me that it was incredibly accurate, even though some stuff was convoluted.
Right. Well, what do you think could be the reason for this? Because that honestly sounds kind of crazy and creepy to me.
I just got a Facebook message. What the fuck?
Me, sorry about that. I can't believe you guys heard that. That's...
Yeah, I heard that too.
Right, but what do you think could be the reason behind this? pure, like, I don't know. It definitely can't be your brain remembering that stuff from so far back, because that would be crazy.
It's
That would be,
it's the effect of trying to piece together memories. If you think for something long enough, your mind starts like piecing together memories.
that's what it is with the Berenstain Bears. That's where it reminded me, because people remember the Berenstain Bears being spelled a certain way, and like I was sure that it was spelled when you like 100% sure. Like I remember it in my head vividly being spelled that way, but then when you go back and look at it, it was spelled the whole time completely different way. It's never been the way that me and so many hundreds of thousands of other people believed it to be just for the longest time. And it's like crazy to think about, like you're trying to piece together these memories that you've had for so long that you kind of maybe, you know, make yourself believe a different thing. Is that it? Oh, I'm not making any sense. I'm running on empty right now.
Here, let me try to explain. So the brain itself can't always retain memories. So what happens is that certain memories and parts of memories get thrown out. So you get like black splotches. And when you try to remember those things again, the mind just tries to piece it together because it's thrown away that memory, most of that memory away already. So it takes situations and memories from other parts of your brain and just push them together into that spot. Try to fill in the gap because you can't comprehend empty gaps.
Mhm.
And as such, you end up with false memories.
Right.
And I don't know how else to explain this.
It's crazy that you remember such vivid memories of such a.
But yeah, for some reason, it's really accurate according to my brother, and it's just weird. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that he confirmed that it was accurate, I would be a bit freaked out. I'll be like, okay, that's just a weird dream. That's it.
Yeah, I can see why you'd be freaked out in this situation.
Yeah.
We've been talking for a long ass time. I just realized.
Yeah.
Can I go into what I wanted to talk about now?
Sure.
Sure.
Okay. I'm sure this doesn't surprise you, but it's about Korea. It's actually something very weird and interesting about the president of Korea right now. She just stepped down on December 9th because she got involved with this really weird ass scandal. Like, I don't understand why this happened, but okay. So her dad, I'm pretty sure, was the president of Korea. But this is just, don't quote me on any of this. I'm not sure if this is accurate information, but this is just what I've read and remembered. Her dad, and I think her mom as well, was assassinated by a North Korean spy. So she had to step up. And I guess that's just how it worked. And I don't know when it was, but she got to know this guy named Choi Tae-min. He was a Christian leader who set up a cult called the Church of Eternal Life. And he said that he was visited by the soul of her dead mom who asked him to guide her. And so he became her mentor while also amassing considerable wealth and power, obviously. And when her dad was assassinated by the other people, there was a speculation that it was because the spy chief was worried about the president being manipulated by a man dubbed the Korean Rasputin.
Right, that sounds kind of spy-y and crazy.
And by this point, the new president, Miss Park is what her name is, was very close friends with the weird cult guy's daughter. And so, but some critics believe that the daughter has a lot of her father's habits.
So strippers, alcohol,
I'm reading this exactly from the page. On 20th of November, Miss Choi, which is the guy's daughter, was charged with various offenses, including abuse of authority, coercion, and attempted fraud. Few claims have been off limits in the media coverage, with some reports going as far as suggesting the president is a puppet who hosted shamanism rituals at the presidential compound. But many of the lurid claims are unsubstantial. Ms. Choi, who is in custody, is accused of using her presidential connections to pressure companies for millions of dollars to donate to the non-profit foundation she controlled. The claims have even swept up Samsung in the investigation. So, the president of Korea believes that this guy was visited by her dead mother, and became friends with his daughter, and let his daughter have so much power over the country.
Right, that's kind of crazy and a little freaky.
That is, like, why? I don't I knew that, like, you know, believing in, like, fortune tellers and stuff like that, like, fortune tellers, you know, good spirits and stuff like that. I knew that was, like, a big thing there, but I didn't think that, like,
Wait,
go that far.
so does she believe, wait, so what does she believe? She believes that her dead mother,
her dead mother contacted this man to guide her, is what she believes.
we had a prime minister in Canada that did that, Mackenzie King. He was, our longest prime minister. No, he was prime minister for 21 years, and he bought the home of a former prime minister who was very famous, and he lived in that home all alone. He didn't get married or anything, and he used to, like, try to contact his spirit or something. Apparently he actually did contact his spirit, and he used to, like, ask him for advice and stuff, and some really weird, like, spiritual stuff like that. But the guy he's still, like, known as one of the best prime ministers that we've ever had, and
Well, the people in Korea are furious at this chick. Like, they are so mad. Like, she had to step down, because if she did not step down, she would have been impeached. Like, that's how bad it was. It was terrible. She said she had put too much faith in her friendship with the guy's daughter. Like, what? Oh my gosh. It's so weird. But that's all I really want to talk about, because there's a lot of stuff happening in Korea right now that they're just like... Because the only reason why I want to bring this up was because my Korean friend was messaging me, and it reminded me of that time that he was ranting to me about her. Like, he was so mad about what she did. He was livid. He was hilarious, though, because he just kept going and going and going. I was like, yo, you need to calm down. But yeah, I can understand why they would be really mad. Because honestly, if our president was like, yo, I'm getting help from this weird guy's daughter, the guy thinks that he's talking to the spirits, yeah, I would be pretty mad.
Yeah, but nothing would happen, though. Like, it would be, like, it's just like, wow, that guy's really weird. Do we want to elect him again?
It's not just that, it's that she gave the guy's daughter power. That's why they're so mad.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's like, she pressured companies into donating to her weird non-profit, probably cult.
Yeah. So that you couldn't transfer power like that in the United States, but
yeah,
you know, a president could, in theory, you know, get all the help they want from whatever entity or people they would like. And that's,
yeah. I just thought that was a weird thing I would share with you all.
Yeah, but we've had that here in Canada. Nice Mackenzie King with his crystal ball, living in Laurier's house, trying to contact his spirit.
That's so weird. But Cam, you there?
Cam.
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 I think he just like his body just shut down. He just fell asleep. Just shut down.
Probably. How do you feel about it, Cam?
It's meh. Honestly, if you give power to a random person, you shouldn't be in power.
Yeah, for real. That's why she was impeached. Like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I can kind of understand her believing in it just because she was probably weak at the time because her parents were assassinated, for fuck's sake. I could understand why she would be weak, but for her to let that chick have power for so long, like it's been like, I'm sure at least 5 years. It must have been. Because there's no way that she would have been able to get that much power if it was only like 2 years or so. But it's crazy. How long have we been talking now?
2 hours?
2 hours? Yeah, it's
Mhm.
a good time. You think we could end the podcast now?
Yeah, it's been the podcast is only going on for an hour and a half.
Oh, an hour and a
But
half?
no, that's pretty good, I think.
Yeah.
But we have been talking for most of the night.
Well, yeah, of course. Well, whoever wants to end it, go ahead.
You don't want to wait until Cam is here, or he wanted to talk about New Year's resolutions, didn't he? Or did we already talk about that?
We already
We already
talked
talked
about that.
about that.
Okay, I remember us talking about it. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we'll just end it then. If Cam's not here, so. Yeah, well, I think that's it, everyone. Cam's not here, and we've gone over all of our topics. We've gone for an hour and a half, so I think we're pretty good with the podcast. Would anyone like to play any